Thank you so much for joining us for this wonderful cozy flow with Christine through Yoga for Love this evening. We are going to do a heart opening practice. The Anahata chakra is the heart chakra. And the color for the heart chakra is typically green, but sometimes pink. And since I don't have a green shirt, I wore my pink shirt. The reason that the heart chakra color is green usually kind of seems a little weird, but when you think about it, it means kind of this idea of being fertile and having fresh green fertile ground for love to grow. And the feelings and ideas associated with the heart chakra are, of course, love, but also forgiveness, compassion, empathy, joy, grace, and connection. The heart chakra is your right to connect and to love and be loved. And so it's really important for us to keep our hearts open while also being smart about things, but we being willing to be open to relationships and ideas and ways of looking at things. And we can do that through heart opening practices. Also, simply just bringing an intentional awareness to the heart space throughout this practice is going to help you to release any kind of blockages in the heart chakra, as well as help you to build that love and compassion in that fertile ground of your heart. The element for the heart chakra is air, meaning that it is kind of an ethereal idea rather than one of the lower elements like earth being the root chakra, water being the sacral chakra, and fire being the solar plexus chakra. Now we're getting into air, more ethereal ideas and relationships. Let's see, what else do I want to talk about here? Oh, okay. I'm just moving my notes over here so I can make sure that I don't miss anything. Let's make our mantra for today. There's a lot of mantras that you could have. You could say, I am love, I am forgiveness, I accept myself, I accept others. But I think we could incorporate all of those and say, I love and forgive myself and others. So that's going to be our mantra for this class. So let's go ahead and bring our hands to heart center, sitting in a nice, comfortable seat, whether that's Sukhasana or Siddhasana. And it was just pointed out to me the other day that the word Sukhasa in Spanish means your home. So if you are here in this cross-legged position, Sukhasana, that is your home. And so from our home, we will lift the thumbs to the sternum, lift the heart to the thumbs, draw those elbows down towards the earth. Draw the shoulder blades down, tuck the chin, and let the spine be nice and long without exerting lots of effort and being really stiff and straight like this, but just drawing yourself to your full, beautiful height. And let's just say our mantra throughout this class. I love and forgive myself and others. I love and forgive myself and others. And you can just say that silently to yourself throughout the practice. I'll try to remember to prompt you. As we do this practice today, let's go ahead and just find a nice balanced breath. So you can keep your hands at your heart center if you like, or you can go ahead and relax them down to your knees or your thighs. And we'll just go ahead and inhale into the belly, drawing air all the way down, letting the belly expand. And exhale, just letting it release, letting it go. Just notice the breath. Bring your attention maybe with your eyes closed or softly gazing out in front of you. Bring your attention to the air as it flows in and out of your nostrils. And bring your awareness to the belly and the chest as they rise and fall. Just notice where you are. Notice if your breath is shallow or deep. Just be aware of what is going on in your body right now with your mind's eye. Maybe scan the whole body, noticing any places that feel tight or tense, and maybe seeing if you can bring a little softness to those places. And then the next time you inhale, just internally count to yourself how many beats it takes you to inhale. So it might be 3, might be 4, might be 5, somewhere shorter or longer. Just let it be what it is. So it would be like inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. And when you get to the top of your inhale and begin to exhale, see if you can match the number of beats. So if it takes you 4 beats to inhale, see if you can match that with 4 beats on your exhale. So let's just practice 3 full breaths here, just counting the beats and getting a nice balanced breath. See if you can draw that air all the way down, letting the belly expand. And then after you've found your 3 balanced breaths, see if maybe you can extend the exhale 1 more beat longer. So if it takes you 4 beats to inhale, see if you can extend your exhale to 5 beats. This breath will help you really tap into that parasympathetic nervous system, because when you are in a state of fight or flight, you can't be breathing deeply. It just won't ever happen. So if you can kind of tell your body, hey, yeah, everything's okay, by having this wonderful extended exhale, you can encourage the parasympathetic nervous system, the relax and restore system, to engage and come on board with you. So if you're ever finding yourself in a state of arousal where you're starting to feel anxious or upset, try to remind yourself to come back to this nice balanced breath, or maybe this extended exhale. So as we move throughout our practice today, let's go ahead and try to remember to engage that balanced breath, even as we remember that we love and accept ourselves and others. Love and forgive ourselves and others. So let's go ahead and inhale the arms out wide. And let's exhale and draw the right arm across the chest, hugging it in with the left palm. Letting the heart lift, continuing to breathe your balanced breath or the extended exhale breath, whichever speaks to you. And just notice what you feel here. Notice what's going on in the shoulder. Tuck the chin to keep the neck nice and long. And then let's inhale the arms out wide again, and exhale to bring the right fingertips up high, and then bend the right elbow, bringing the palm to the back of the neck. You can take the palm of the left hand to the right elbow, just to kind of encourage it to sort of stretch here in the tricep. You don't want to be hunching over. You want to keep that heart nice and lifted. So if it's compromising your nice tall spine here, go ahead and spread the arms out a little wider. So we're just stretching into the shoulders here. And the next time you inhale, go ahead and release, sending the arms out wide again. And then exhale, drawing the left arm across the chest, hugging it in with the right hand. Noticing what you feel in the left shoulder, keeping that heart lifted and the chin tucked. And the next time you inhale, spread the arms out wide, lift the left fingertips and bend the left elbow, bringing the palm to the back of the neck. And then maybe send those right fingertips over to encourage the stretch in that left tricep. Breathing here. Keeping the focus on the heart center. Remembering your mantra. Silently saying to yourself, I love and forgive myself and others. And then let's inhale the arms out wide. And then we're going to take the back of the right hand behind the back and bring it to kind of hook around over the left waist. So bringing the right arm behind the back of the right hand is either at the small of the back, or if you can reach, you can bring those right fingertips around the waistline. And then you can clasp the right hand in the left hand, getting a nice big stretch across the front of the shoulder and in the bicep. And then maybe from here, you can go ahead and tilt the head so that the left ear is coming towards the left shoulder, getting a nice big stretch in the right side of the neck. Stay here for a breath or two. And once you've found your 2 breaths here, go ahead and make some little adjustments with your gaze. Maybe looking down towards the earth so that the stretch is more in the back of the neck. Or perhaps looking up towards the sky so the stretch is more in the side of the neck and in the throat. Breathing here. Letting your body be your guide and really paying attention to what's going on in the body. One more full breath wherever you are. And then let's go ahead and switch your clasp over to the outside of the right waist so that the left arm is going across the back. Getting that nice big stretch across the front of the right or left shoulder and in the left bicep. And then maybe take the right ear towards the right shoulder. Breathing here for a couple breaths before you move any farther, just letting the neck get used to this sensation. And then maybe making your micro adjustments to see if the back of the neck is more supported by a stretch towards the ground, or the side and the front of the neck feels better if you're looking up towards the sky. And then the next time you inhale, go ahead and release the arms. Switch the cross of your legs. So you want to balance everything out. Reestablish your balanced breath. Maybe with that extended exhale. Reestablish your sit bones firmly on your support. Get that nice long spine, lifted heart, tucked chin, heavy shoulder blades. And then let's go ahead and walk the right fingertips out to the side and bring the palm down to your mat. Maybe bend the elbow a little bit and inhale to lift the left arm up and alongside the left ear. Getting a nice side body stretch here in the left side. Keeping that left hip anchored solidly down towards the earth. Breathing here. Taking your awareness to the heart. Remembering your mantra, I love and forgive myself and others. One more big inhale here, and as you exhale, rotate the torso down towards the earth, bringing the left fingertips down just outside of the right knee about, and then walk the hands across the front of the body until you can bring the left palm down to the left side of the mat, and inhale to reach the right fingertips up alongside the ears. So we're just crossing in front and going to the other side. Inhaling into the right side body. Opening up through the ribs. Keeping your focus at the heart as you continue to breathe your breath. Anchoring that right sit bone down to the earth. And then let's go ahead and bring the right fingertips back down just outside of that left knee. And then let's walk the hands to center and kind of hinge forward a little bit, bringing the palms out in front of us into a kind of a child's pose. Just let the weight of the head come down towards the earth. Getting a nice big stretch in the back of the neck here. Drawing those shoulders away from the ears to make space for the neck to stretch. And the next time you inhale, go ahead and use the hands to walk yourself back up to a nice tall seat. Let's go ahead and come to tabletop. We're going to do a little flow with cat, cow, and child's pose here. So let's go ahead and plant the palms right underneath or just in front of the shoulders. Have the legs parallel with the knees right underneath the hips. Tops of the toes turn down to the earth, so the tops of the feet are on the mat. And let's just inhale, cow pose, drawing the heart forward, dropping the belly, lifting the tailbone. And exhale, rounding into cat and pushing back towards child's pose. Inhale, back to cow pose. Exhale, rounding the back and pushing back to child's pose, bringing the hips back to the heels. Inhale, drawing the heart forward into cow, stretching through the front of the body, lifting the tailbone, and round the back, exhaling back to child's pose. One more time, inhaling into cow. Drawing the heart forward. Exhale, rounding back into child's pose. And when you get into child's pose, we're going to stay here. Bring the big toes together and maybe take the knees as wide as the mat if that feels good. And just let your heart melt towards the mat, bringing your forehead down to the mat or to a block. You can stretch long through the arms here, but then go ahead and let the forearms come down. As you inhale, notice how the back body expands with the breath. And as you exhale, notice where you can soften, where you might be tense, maybe in the jaw, maybe the toes. Just notice where you can let go a little bit. And then let's go ahead and bring the palm of the right hand just off the mat. And then send the left hand right next to the right hand, getting a nice big side body stretch in the left side. If it feels good to you, you might want to bring the palm of the left hand to the back of the right hand. Keep that left hip bone really anchored down towards the left heel. Breathing into that side body, but keeping your awareness of the heart. Remembering the love and acceptance that you have for yourself and for others. One more full breath here. And the next time you inhale, go ahead and walk the hands back through center and bring the palm of the left hand off the edge of the mat, either stacking the right hand on top of the left or having it right beside, getting that same stretch in the right side body. Noticing what you feel in the armpit, in the ribs. Creating an awareness and a connection with your body. Sometimes as women, we treat our bodies like the enemy. We try to beat it into submission, feed it into submission, exercise it into submission to try and make it be something that it's not. But if we can take ownership of our bodies, or even better, work in partnership with our bodies, we can find a lot better health in that space. Next time you inhale, go ahead and bring the hands back to center. Go ahead and lift back up to tabletop, making the legs parallel once again. And keeping the hips stacked over the knees here, we're going to walk the palms out so that they're kind of at this diagonal line, just like we would in downward facing dog. But instead of going into downward dog, we're going to go into puppy pose, Anahata Asana, and let the heart melt down towards the earth. This is also known as happy puppy pose. And I know anybody who has fur babies at home recognizes this pose. Kind of traction those pinkies toward one another. Even as they're still down on the mat, you can sort of open up through the shoulders, finding space in between the shoulder blades as you melt the heart towards the earth. Breathing here. Finding that nice balanced breath even as you bring your awareness back to heart center. Remembering our mantra, I love and forgive myself and others. And then let's go ahead and inhale back to tabletop. Take a couple rounds of cat-cow while I let my cat out of the yoga room. There you go. The one time I have the door closed in here. Sorry about that. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Coming back to tabletop, let's go ahead and bring the right foot all the way through to plant it between the hands. Coming into a nice low lunge here. Maybe inch that left knee back a little bit to make a little more space in the hips. You can bring your palms to the mat or to blocks, or maybe you're up on fingertips. Inhaling into that left hip crease. drawing that heart forward, tucking the chin. Let's go ahead and inhale the arms forward and up, coming into our victorious pose where we rotate those pinkies inward towards one another and open up through the heart, making space both behind the heart and in front of the heart. And as we exhale, let's draw the elbows down towards the waist, really getting a nice little back bend here at the top of the spine. Inhale, back up to victorious pose. Exhale, elbows to the waist and cactus arms. Inhale, back up to victorious pose. And exhale to bring the palms forward and down around the front foot. Plant that left palm and maybe bring the right palm to the top of the right knee and take your gaze out past the right elbow, getting a little bit of a stretch here in that left side body, maybe in the left inner thigh. Just notice where you feel what you feel. Everybody's different and you might feel different things, different days, but just being aware of what's going on in your body is super important. If you want a little bit more of a twist, you might go ahead and draw that right arm up to the sky. Wiggle those fingers at the sun. And then exhale to bring the right palm back outside the right foot. And draw those hips back, getting extension in the right leg, coming into half splits here. Maybe the sole of the foot is pressed down to the earth, or maybe you want to flex the foot and lift the toes up to the sky. Maybe try both of those and see what feels best in your body. And then stay there and find your nice balanced breath for 2 breaths. Finding length in the spine. Tucking the chin. The next time you inhale, go ahead and stack the right knee over the right ankle and come back to your tabletop. Take 1 cat-cow, inhaling cow, drawing the heart forward. Exhaling cat, drawing the belly button to the spine. And then let's bring the left foot in between the palms. Maybe inching that right knee back a bit to really open up, bring the top of the right foot to the mat and keeping the knee down low. Inhaling into that right hip, letting the heart lead as the chin is tucked and the shoulder blades are drawing down towards the back pockets. I love and accept myself and others. Keeping your awareness at the heart center. The next time you inhale, float the arms forward and up, coming into your victorious pose, finding your beautiful back bend. And then exhale through cactus arms, bringing the elbows down towards the waist. Inhale, victorious pose, drawing those pinkies together, finding space in the front and the back of the heart. And then exhale through cactus arms, making little wings for yourself here. Inhale the arms up alongside the ears, and then exhale to float the arms back down to frame the foot. Maybe plant the right palm and bring the left to the top of the right or left thigh, looking back over that left elbow behind you. Getting a real big stretch in that right hip and thigh. If you want a little bit more of a twist, you can inhale that left arm up to the sky. Stay for an exhale. Inhale to wave to the clouds, and then exhale to float the arm back down outside of the left foot. And extend the left leg coming into half splits. Again, play around with the placement of that foot. Maybe press down to the mat feels best, getting a stretch in the front of the shin. or maybe flexed with the toes pointed up to the sky, getting more of a stretch in the back of the calf and the hamstring. Finding space here, finding your balanced breath, remembering the love and acceptance that you have for yourself and others. And then let's go ahead and inhale the left knee over the ankle. Exhale to come back into tabletop. Let's find 2 rounds of cat-cow here. Inhaling cow, exhaling cat. Moving with the breath, realigning the spine and the hips. And then let's go ahead and walk the hands towards the knees and come up to high kneeling. You can take your blocks here and have one at either the high or medium setting, just outside of each ankle. So we're going to come into camel pose, Ustrasana. This is a big, big heart opener, and there are a lot of different levels to how deep you can go, and I will try to show you each level. So bring the hands to the hips. Inhale to find your Tadasana here in this position, tucking the chin, lifting the heart, letting the tailbone be nice and long. And then let's bring the right fingertips up to the sky, and then bring them back around, planting the hip or the fist of the right hand right here just outside of the spine. So just at the small of the back. And then let's inhale the left fingertips up to the sky and bring the fist of the left hand right here outside the spine, just at the small of the back. So your 2 fists, as if you were fist bumping yourself, are right here at the small of the back on either side of your spine. And you can even give yourself a nice little massage here with the knuckles, getting into the small of the back here. This is light camel here, Ustrasana. Opening up through the heart, drawing the elbows in towards one another. One more inhale here. And then let's exhale to release, bringing the crown of the head down to the earth as a counterpoint. Stay here for a full breath. And then push yourself back up to high kneeling. This time, let's bring the palms of both hands to the outside of the spine, right at the small of the back, so that the fingertips are pointing down just like your tailbone is. You can draw the shoulder blades down the back, draw the elbows in toward one another, and really let that tailbone be long. Engage those thighs and begin to take a nice little gentle back bend here at the top of the spine, still keeping the chin tucked. So we're not letting the head drop back, at least not yet. So this is the next step in camel pose. Getting a nice big heart opener here, opening up through the hips, opening up through the shoulders. And the next time you inhale, come back up. And again, go ahead and bend forward, bringing the crown of the head down to the mat. Letting the arms be soft. Just a little counter twist here. And then let's inhale back up to a tall, high kneeling pose. Let's bring the palms of the hands back to the small of the back. So at this point, you can do camel as we just did it, or you can walk the hands down the body to the backs of the thighs and open up here. And maybe bring the fingertips to the blocks on either side of you. You can keep that chin tucked here, lifting the heart up towards the sky, or you can gently begin to release the head back, opening up through the throat, pressing into the tops of the feet for stability here. Or if it feels better to you, you can have the toes curled under. Breathing here, and to come out of the pose, bring the hands back to the backs of the thighs, walk them back up to the small of the back, and then bend over for your counter pose. Bringing the hands to the mat, bringing the forehead or the crown to the mat. And then we'll inhale back up to high kneeling again. You can keep the blocks where they are, or maybe turn them to the medium setting. You could curl the toes under, and instead of bringing the hands to the blocks, maybe bring the hands to the tops of the heels. So anywhere in between there, from what we started from right here to all the way back that we're going to do now, is camel pose. So find the variation of the pose that works best in your body today and stick with that. See where that edge might be. Don't want to get too painful, but maybe just a tiny bit of discomfort, because we do want to normalize discomfort these days, especially with what's going on in the world. There's a lot of uncomfortable things, and if we can be okay with that, we can be a lot stronger in our lives. So maybe bring the palms to the small of the back. Maybe stay here. Maybe draw the head back. Perhaps bring the palms down to the backs of the thighs. Maybe bring them to your blocks, or bring the fingertips to the tops of the heels. Open up through the throat, pushing forward with the hip bones, letting the tailbone be long. Inhaling with your awareness at the heart. I love and forgive myself and others. Wherever you are, take one more full breath. And then let's inhale to begin to bring ourselves back up to a tall kneeling pose. And then exhale, bringing the forehead back down to the mat. Maybe reaching the hands behind you to hold on to those heels with the tops of the feet on the mat, and really push up into the small of the back here, getting that nice counter pose to our camel. One more full breath here. And then let's send the sit bones down to the heels, coming into hero's pose. Bringing the palms of the hands to the tops of the thighs and reestablishing that nice tall spine. Reestablish your balanced breath, or the breath with the extended exhale, whichever works best for you today. Tuck the chin, lift the heart. Remember your mantra, whether it's I love and accept myself and others. I love and forgive myself and others. Forgiving ourselves is really important, because sometimes we make mistakes and we beat ourselves up for them. There's nothing to be gained by that. Just give yourself the gift of forgiveness and the right to start from where you are. Let's go ahead and swing the legs out to right or left, or go ahead and cross the ankles behind you and bring the sit bones down behind the ankles so we can come to the sit bones. Let's go ahead and bring the soles of the feet to the earth. Have the knees bent and pointed up towards the sky. And just bring the palms to the front of the shins here. Again, finding Tadasana in every pose in yoga, finding that nice tall spine with the lifted heart and the tucked chin and the shoulder blades relaxing down the back. Keeping your awareness at the heart center. Maybe even curling the lips up a little bit on either side, bringing a gentle smile to your face. I love and accept myself and others. And then go ahead and wrap your arms around your shins, bending your forehead forward to kind of rest on or between your knees, wherever it comes naturally. And just make a nice little dark cave for yourself, giving yourself a nice big hug and just letting the weight of the head hang here so we can get a nice big stretch in the back of the neck. Maybe roll the right ear towards the right shoulder. Exhale back through center and maybe roll the left ear towards the left shoulder. One more full breath here. And let's go ahead and inhale back up to a nice, tall, beautiful spine. Bring the palms of the hands to the backs of the thighs and gently lower yourself one vertebrae at a time, coming down to the earth. Slowly, 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 moving with mindfulness, visualizing the spine as it connects with the mat. And then bring your knees up into your chest. Rock gently from side to side. Maybe rotate the ankles in one direction and then the other. Maybe your knees are really close to your collarbones as you walk from side to side, getting more of a massage in the mid-back. Or maybe the knees are just over the hips, getting more of a massage down in the low back. Working in partnership with your body and letting it tell you what it needs. Let's bring the soles of the feet down to the mat and take them as wide as the mat so that the soles of the feet are on the edges of the mat. Let's go ahead and inhale to spread the arms out wide. And as you exhale, let the knees come over to the right and send your gaze to the left, looking out over your left palm. Inhale the knees and the gaze back to center. And then let's exhale, knees left, gaze right. Inhale, center. Exhale, knees right, gaze left. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, knees left, gaze right. Inhale back to center, and the next time you bring the knees to the right and the gaze to the left, just stay here. Breathing, keeping your awareness at the heart. I love and forgive myself and others. If you want more of a stretch here in the outside of the left hip, you can lift the right ankle up to the outside of the left thigh, letting the weight of the right leg draw the left knee closer to the earth, opening up even more in that left hip and the left side body. Breathing here. Finding your twist. The next time you exhale, really draw that belly button in towards the spine and release the right foot. Inhale the knees back up to the skies and send the gaze out over the right palm and the knees over to the left as you exhale. Resting here. Finding your balanced breath. Maybe with that extended exhale. Keeping your awareness at your heart center. And again, if you want more of a stretch here in that right hip, you can take the outside of the left ankle to the outside of the right thigh and let the weight of the left leg draw that knee towards the earth, making lots and lots of space in the hip, in the ribs, the hip flexor. Breathing your balanced breath. Remembering your mantra. I love and accept myself and others. One more full breath here. And then let's go ahead and exhale to draw the belly button into the spine and release the left leg if it's on the right. Bring the knees and the gaze back up to the earth. Tilt the knees over towards the right and bring the left hand right underneath the left butt cheek. Tilt the knees over towards the left and bring the right hand underneath the right buttock. I guess that's the proper way to say it, probably not butt cheek. But the palms of the hands are pressing down on the mat and you're basically sitting on the backs of your hands. You can kind of windshield wiper from side to side and really hug those elbows in. So now you're kind of laying on your arms. Go ahead and extend one leg and then the other. Flex the feet and then press the balls of the feet away, making that kind of high heel shoe shape with the foot. Flex the feet, press them away. Flex the feet, press them away. Keep the feet pressed away so that the balls are pressing away. So we're not pointing the toes here, which can kind of make crampiness in the calves. We're really pressing through that ball of the foot to get the high heel shape. And the next time you inhale, lift the head, pressing into the elbows. See if you can see your toes down there. And then exhale to open up through the throat and bring the crown of the head to the mat, coming into Matsyasana, fish pose. Lifting the heart up to the sky, grounding down through the elbows and the forearms. Taking your awareness to the heart. Inhaling, I forgive and love. And exhaling, myself and others. Inhaling, I love and accept. And exhaling, myself and others. Really lift up through that heart. One more full breath here. And as you inhale, tuck the chin, bring the gaze up to the toes, and bring the back down to the mat, gently rolling off one arm and then the other. And then let's inhale for a nice long full body stretch, wiggling the toes and the fingers. And then let's come into our final Shavasana. Whether that be with the arms and legs fully extended, you can bring the heels to the edges of the mat and just let the toes rest outside. Open up the arms, letting the palms shine up to the sky. Maybe press into the heels to lift the hips just enough to replace them back more firmly onto the earth. Tuck the chin, hug the shoulder blades into one another. And if this is not comfortable for you, if traditional Shavasana is not comfortable, find a position where you can rest. You can bring the blocks underneath the knees, or maybe some pillows or a bolster. You could bend the knees and bring the soles of the feet to the outside edges of the mat and let the knees gently fall in towards one another, supporting one another here. Let's find 3 more balanced breaths, focusing on that lengthened exhale here. And once you found your 3 balanced breaths, go ahead and just let go of that. Just let the breath be natural. Let your body take over, remembering to be in partnership with your body. And bring your focus back to the heart center. And visualize maybe that your heart is maybe like a small pond. Nice little pond here in your heart center. And perhaps that pond is filled with love and acceptance and forgiveness. And maybe let that pond get a little bit bigger, filling your whole chest cavity with love, with connection, with compassion. And maybe that pond turns into a lake and fills up your whole entire body, filling your body with love and joy and forgiveness, empathy, connection. And maybe your lake begins to grow even bigger. Maybe now it's becoming an ocean. And let the waves of the ocean begin to lap out, spreading outward from your body, filling the space in which you're practicing today. Maybe the waves of your love ocean extend beyond your space into your whole home and to everybody that's sharing it with you, spreading love and joy, harmony, peace, forgiveness. Maybe the ocean continues to get bigger and spreads throughout your whole neighborhood, spreading love and compassion as it goes, spreading beyond your neighborhood to include your whole town, your state, your country, and all the people that live there. And maybe it merges with all the other oceans, filled with love and forgiveness and acceptance, peace and harmony, until the oceans, full of love and joy, cover the whole earth and everyone in it, that all living beings find love and acceptance and compassion. Let these waves of love continue rolling out from your heart center. And then maybe begin to draw those waves back in, letting the waves come closer and closer to your body. And then inside your body, filling every little cell of your body up with this love and this compassion that you've shared with the whole world. And then let's go ahead and just begin to find a little bit of movement, wiggling through toes and fingers. Maybe rotating the ankles and the wrists. Maybe windshield wiper the knees from one side to the other until you can roll to whatever side serves you best, coming into a fetal position. Resting your head on your bottom arm and using the top arm to wrap around your legs, to give yourself a little hug here. I love and accept and forgive myself and others. And then keeping your eyes closed, go ahead and press yourself back up to a nice tall seat. Coming back to Sukhasana, your home. Let's inhale the arms up and overhead alongside the ears and bring the palms together and down to our heart as we exhale. Press the thumbs to the heart and lift the heart to the thumbs. And here we'll chant the mantra, the seed mantra for the heart chakra, which is Yam. And we'll do that 3 times. If you'd like to join me, take an inhale to prepare. Yam. 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 May you have peace in your thoughts, peace in your words, and peace in your heart. Namaste.